The sword of Elendil was forged anew by elvish smiths, and on its blade was traced a device of 7 stars set between the crescent moon and the rayed sun, and about them were written many runes. And Aragorn gave it a new name and called it Andúril, Flame of the West. On the morning of the last day of waiting, Frodo was alone with Bilbo, and the old hobbit pulled out from under his bed a wooden box.
Here is your sword. This is Sting. I shan't want it again, I expect.
Oh, Bilbo, the sword you used against the spiders? Oh, thank you.
And this, shirt of mail and the belt. Here, take them from me.
I should look, well, I don't think I should look right in it.
Just what I said myself. But never mind about looks. You see, it's as supple almost as linen, cold as ice, but harder than steel. I have a fancy it would turn even the knives of the ring-wraiths. You must share this secret with me. I'll put it on you. Now, don't tell anyone else. There. Just a plain hobbit you look. Good luck to you. There you are. Hobbits must stick together, and especially Bagginses. Remember, I should like to write a second book if I'm spared.
Oh, Bilbo. Dear Bilbo.
I sit beside the fire and think of all that I have seen in summers that have been. But all the while I sit and think of times there were before. I listen for returning feet and voices at the door.
It was a cold, grey day near the end of December. The east wind was streaming through the bare branches of the trees and seething in the dark pines on the hills. Spare food and clothes and blankets and other needs were laden on a pony, none other than the poor beast they had brought from Bree. Bill, Sam had come to call him.
Bill, my lad, you oughtn't have took up with us. You could have stayed here and ate the best hay till the new grass comes. Now, let me see. I wonder if I've forgotten anything. Cooking gear, and my little box of salt, a good supply of pipeweed, but not near enough, I'll warrant, flint and tinder, rope. No rope. And only last night you said to yourself, Sam, what about a bit of rope? You'll want it if you haven't got it. Well, I'll have to want it. I can't get it now.
May the blessing of elves and men and all free folk go with you. May the stars shine upon your faces.
Good luck. I don't suppose you'll be able to keep a diary, Frodo, my lad, but I shall expect a full account when you get back, and don't be too long. Farewell!
Farewell, dear Bilbo.
Farewell,
They had been a fortnight on the way when the weather changed. For 2 more nights they marched on, but the air was chill again. On the 3rd morning the mountain Caradhras rose before them, a mighty peak tipped with snow like silver, but with sheer naked sides, dull red as if stained with blood.
Winter deepens behind us, Aragorn. The weather may prove a more deadly enemy than any. What do you think of your course now?
I think no good of our course from beginning to end, as you well know, Gandalf. But further south, there are no passes till one comes to the Gap of Rohan. And I don't trust that way, since your news of Saruman.
Well, there is another way. The dark and secret way that we have spoken of.
But let's not speak of it again. Not yet. Say nothing to the others, I beg. Not until it's plain there's no other way.
That we must decide before we go further.
Well, let's consider.
The company set out again towards the great mountain, and with good speed at first. But soon their way became steep and difficult. By midnight they had climbed only to the knees of the mountains. Their narrow path now wound under a sheer wall of cliffs to the left, above which the flanks of Caradhras towered up invisible in the gloom. Before long, snow was falling, fast. Still they trudged.
This is what I feared.
I feared it too, but less than other things. But we aren't high yet. We are still far down.
I wonder if this is a contrivance of the enemy. He has strange powers and many allies.
His arm has grown long indeed, if he can draw snow down from the north to trouble us here 300 leagues away.
His arm has grown long.
My feet feel like lead.
When we start up, the wind increases. When we stop, the snow stops too.
That's true.
What can we do? Oh, I'm so cold.
Either stop where we are or go back. We shall have no shelter higher. This path leaves the cliff where we should have no shelter from snow, stones, or anything else.
And it's no good going back while the storm holds. We've passed no place on the way up that offered more shelter than this cliff wall we're under now.
Shelter? If this is shelter, then one wall and no roof makes a house.
Very well. Huddle together with your backs to the wall. Yes.
Bill's protecting us, but the snow's already mounting around him.
I feel so tired.
I don't think much of your diary, Frodo. Snowstorms on January the 12th. There was no need to come back to report that.
But I wanted to rest and sleep, Bilbo.
Come, Frodo, you're covered in snow. This will be the death of the halflings, Gandalf.
Give them a drink from this flask. Elrond gave it to me at our parting. Pass it round.
The snow stopped falling only as the dawn arose. Below their refuge were white lumps and domes and shapeless deeps beneath which the path they had trodden was altogether lost. And the heights above were hidden in great clouds still heavy with the threat of snow. Caradhras has not forgiven us. The sooner we go back and down, the better.
I advise that we should go neither over the mountains nor around them, but under them.
What?
Yes. That is the road, at any rate, that the enemy will least expect us to take.
To enter the mines of Moria, that would be to walk into a trap hardly better than knocking at the gates of the Dark Tower itself.
Well, there's an even chance that the dwarves are still there, and that in some deep hall of his father's, Balin, son of Fundin, may be found. However that may prove, one must tread the path that need chooses.
I will tread the path with you, Gandalf. I will go and look on the halls of Durin, whatever may wait there, if you can find the doors that are shut.
I will follow your lead now. Boromir?
I will not go unless the vote of the whole company is against me. But what says Legolas and the little people?
I do not wish to go through Moria.
Well, I beg that there should be no vote until we have slept on it. Oh, how the wind howls.
What? No. How the wind howls, indeed. It is howling with wolf voices.
Oh, no.
The wargs have come west of the mountains.
Need to wait until morning, then? The hunt is up.
How far is Moria?
Some 15 miles as the crow flies, and maybe 20 as the wolf run.
The wolf that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
I wish I'd stayed behind, and I don't remember feeling so wretched.
My heart's right down on my toes, Mr. Pippin. But we aren't eaten yet. Whatever may be in store for old Gandalf, I'll wager it isn't a wolf's belly.
Let's start with the light and make a fire tonight.
Yes, The night was old, and westward a waning moon was setting, when a great host of wargs gathered silently around the camp and attacked them from every side at once.
Look out for those wargs! Bring fuel on the fire! Draw your blades and stand back to back! Listen! Hound of Sauron! Gandalf is here! Fly if you value your foul skin! I will shrivel you from tail to snout if you come within this ring!
In the wavering firelight, Gandalf seemed suddenly to grow. He rose up, a great menacing shape like a monument of some ancient king. Stooping like a cloud, he lifted a burning branch and strode to meet the wolves.
What did I tell you, Mr. Pippin? That was an eye-opener. Oh, nearly singed the hair off my head, he did.